Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Jeff McDaniel and I want to show you my morning routine that I do each day to kind of kickstart the day. Usually it begins with a little protein shot, drink some morning mojo, and then I jump right into this mobility session, kind of a sweat and stretch that not only kind of gives you energy for the day, but also kind of sets the stage mentally. It just recharges you and gets you going and gets you feeling good, and that's what this is all about. So there's 5 movements. I do each one for 90 seconds. It takes about 7.5 minutes, and almost guaranteed to make you feel 10 times better than when you woke up. So the first one is going to be a Spider-Man lunge on the left side. So we're going to spend 90 seconds on this side. So left leg, left heel down, and all I'm going to do first is try to work on corkscrewing this right hip into the floor, really kind of flossing side to side, and then I'm going to add some reaches with this left hand, under and over, back and forth. We're trying to really kind of grease the groove for the shoulders, hips, trunk, and then really extend, try to stretch out this hamstring and work it inside, outside, back and forth. You can kind of play around with where your particular tightness is. If that's too intense, then just kind of bend the knee and then extend back into it for like 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off. And I'm going to come into this Samson stretch and then get right back into it. And again, you can reach with both sides. You can reach with the left, but you can also reach with the right and kind of work back and forth. Again, breathe it in. Think about a 2-second inhale, 2-second exhale, and just play around with it. There's a multitude of movements that's being accomplished right here. Hamstring flexibility, hip mobility, shoulder, trunk, everything. So do 90 seconds on that side and then post up on the right side. And again, you might want to spend, as I do, sometimes a little bit more time on one side that's a little bit tighter. But that is gold right there in terms of like hips and shoulders and just your whole body feeling good. And then the third one, because that's left side, right side, then I'll move into this bootstrapper, or what's called a squat to stand. And I'm gonna, toes can slightly be turned out, hinge at the hips. You can either grab the toes like this or grab your ankles, stretch the hamstrings, work that side to side, and I'm gonna pull myself down into the bottom of the squat and really try to pull it down. Now you can do a couple things in this position. You can either just grab the ankles, you can grab your foot. I feel like that helps pull your hips down a little bit more for me, and I'm usually pretty tight in the hips. Or you can also get inside those knees and work some side to side. I can also add some reach and rotational on each side, and then I'm going to flow from there back into that hip hinge, and again, shift the hips, fill it out, and then get right back into it. Sometimes if you're particularly tight in your adductors, you can just work pressing those out a little bit more, or work more into a deeper squat. Again, back and forth. Shift it out again, 90 seconds. Work at your own pace. Again, a lot of this, you can kind of freestyle. I mean, kind of assess where you're tightest at. And then move number 4 is I'm going to do an inchworm into some push-up pikes and get some core activation and really some more total body movements. So start here, hinge at the hips, and I'm going to walk it out into this push-up hold position. And from here, I want to start by really engaging the upper mid back right here, kind of almost bow it up, and then slowly lower it down. Slow, lead with the chest, and then we'll come up into a cobra, and then do some neck rolls, sweep the chin, back and forth, then lower back down, and now perform a push-up here into a pike. Try to get the heels down, reach with the arms, extend the knees, breathe it out. And then I'm going to walk the feet up towards the hands, reset, shake it off. I'm going to flow through this for 90 seconds. So that is a great one right there, because again, you're getting hamstring and hip flexibility in this position. You're getting some core, shoulder, wrist mobilization from this position. You get to work on perfecting the push-up a little bit by working the eccentric part. Again, you get some neck, shoulders. Try to really squeeze the glutes in this position so you minimize any type of low back extension. And then from here, get into that nice down dog tight position here. And again, really working on a lot of flexibility and mobility drills. Next up, I go into a monkey lunge. So I'm gonna go slightly more than hip width apart and lunge to one side. We're stretching out that adductor. Take a breath in this position. Really try to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, taking some deep belly breaths. And I can perform this kind of alternating lunge position. You can also come forward slightly onto the toes and really extend this trail leg toe up and get that deep flex knee position. Back and forth. And then sometimes I will flow back and forth and then come to the middle and get into this really deep squat position, which is great. You may not be able to get your heels down unless you are just like the world's greatest squatter, but getting to this deep flex position is actually healthy for your joints. It takes them through full ranges of motion, and then I'll just flow back and forth from there and just play around with it. Again, it's about 7.5 minutes that, you know, are good, I would say. But it's flexibility, it's mobility. You know, you put some nice music on and just chill out and relax. You're with your thoughts and all. So find your own little place of solitude. Try this out. I'm telling you, it's a game changer for the rest of the day, both mentally, physically, and maybe even emotionally. But hey, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Look back for some more daily updates. We'll see you soon.